It's finally potato planting day in this no-dig bed that I made last fall. I think a lot of you watched. I laid down cardboard, wet that down, and then put about 6 inches of compost on top of the cardboard. So the cardboard, as I'll show you, has not completely broken down. It's still there. And the bed that I'm planting in is on top of the grass. And so I've also added some hay. We had a hay bale here when we moved in about 4 years ago, and it's pretty rotten and I haven't known what to do with it. So I've added that on top of the compost, and my plan is I'll be planting my potatoes down into that compost, and then over the summer I'm going to add a little bit more compost and some straw on top of that. So here's the bed in the grass that we laid the cardboard on. Here's my bags of potatoes, and I'll show you down here. Sorry, it's kind of shadowy. So this is the compost that I have, and underneath that, if we dig down, you will see cardboard, moist cardboard. So I have a fair bit of compost, although not tons for what the potatoes will need throughout the year. Throw the rock out. And then on top of that, I've added the hay. So I'm going to be planting my potatoes down into the compost, just into the compost, and then they'll be covered with hay, and then adding throughout the growing season. And the varieties of potatoes I'm planting, I have Gold Rush, Norland, and these are from Eagle Creek seed potatoes out in Red Deer County, and German Butterball. So the Gold Rush and Norland are determinate, and the German Butterball are indeterminate. Check out my blog post to find out more about that. Now we come to how to plant potatoes. Potatoes have eyes on them. So the eyes are the part that has the little sprout there. So this potato has 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. So when you're planting potatoes, you want generally at least 3 eyes, or around 3 eyes, 2, 3, or 4 to plant in the ground. So any potatoes, like this one, I just see 3 eyes. 1, 2, there's a third. Any potatoes that only have 3 eyes, we're gonna leave whole. Any potato, like this one here, that has quite a few. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's hard when I'm turning it. But if you have potatoes with lots of eyes, what you want to do is you actually want to cut them, leaving about 3 eyes on each piece. I'm going to cut through the center. Some people like to leave these out to dry for a couple days. I've never done that, and it's worked anyways. So then each piece has at least 2 or 3, 4 eyes on it. And then I will be planting either the whole potatoes or those cut chunks. When you're planting potatoes, you always want to make sure the eye is up. So that is, again, this little part that makes a sprout. This would be an eye too, although it hasn't sprouted. And over there is another eye. So you want to make sure those are pointing up. Some think they're the roots, and if you plant them down, you know what? No big deal. They will make their way to the top, but they're actually will turn into the leaves. So if you have a potato like this one, which you've cut, say you've cut both sides, the top and the bottom, just plant it with the cut side down. So if there's eyes on both sides and you can't make them both face up, just make the eyes face to the side.